Hey y'all, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami real quick. So y'all know Flo and Amada ended up getting into it last week. And Flo ended up saying something about light skinned girls, dark skinned girls, whatever, who cares? Flo also brings up the fact that Amada's not allowing the kids to see their siblings. And that's when Amada ended up learning that, okay, so you've been over there pillow talking with Alan. Honestly, you should have already knew that, considering the fact that they've been hanging out and been linking up with each other. All right. Now it's time for Ching Diamond to perform, okay? Because I'm really over them in this whole argument or whatever. So Ching Diamond decides to perform. It wasn't that bad. I actually like her music better than I like Zoe's, in my personal opinion. And she ends up taking a shot at Shay at the end, saying something like, "You might be selling the tea, but I'm clocking it." You're really not clocking much of the tea, ma'am, because you don't know the full story. And that will be the problem for me. Okay. So that is the problem, Miss Ma'am. You're thinking you're clocking some things, but you're not fully. All right. So Shay explains the situation. Okay. And she says that because actually Shay leaves and goes outside, Amada gets her to come back in. She sits down with Miss Ching and she explains the situation with Zoe and how Zoe presented her with a pregnancy test and everything. So she's believing that Zoe's sister has something to do with her baby daddy, who she's not with currently because of the situation, right? And other things. So she's like, listen, when we went to go sit with the sister pretty much lied and never even met my guy. And that's the crazy part, right? So if you're gonna talk about a story and you're gonna get bits and pieces of a whole thing, I'm gonna need you to know majority of what the hell you're talking about. You don't even have all the facts the way that you coming at me and you fronting me. And when I'm trying to give you a platform and expose you to a different audience or whatever, you trying to play me out, and I don't really like that. Okay, I think that Shay handled that situation very well. Ching realized in the midst of her having this conversation with Shay, like, yo, okay, so Zoe must have played me because she didn't tell me all of this. I didn't know all of that. But I don't feel like Zoe really set you up. I think that you set yourself up because you made the decision to go to Shay's event and to check her on some information that you didn't even know was 100%. So that is your fault. Hello. I don't think that you should be putting blame on anybody else aside from yourself. Okay. But shout out to Shay because I think Shay did a good job this episode with handling her business and she wasn't yelling, kicking, scratching, and all of that other stuff. Okay. So Ching goes back and talks with Zoe, gives her the update of the rundown of the event, what all happened with Flo and Amada. And then she also lets her know, like I talked to Shay, and Shay kind of clued me in on some details where she was pretty much saying that, your sister pretty much played her, had her thinking that she was pregnant by her guy, only to find out that she never even met the man. And Zoe says that she kind of lets her know, like, I didn't know about that, whatever the case was, whatever. And Ching says, well, listen, I'm gonna be a brand ambassador for Shay. We got to do a photo shoot, so I would love for you to come. And Ching and Zoe's like, I don't fuck with her. I'm really not trying to be around her, on her like that, but she guess she'll stop by. And they end up having a conversation. After some back and forth or whatever, Shay and Ching were able, not Ching, but Shay and Zoe were able to come on one accord and be in a better place. Ultimately, it seems like Ching had an issue with Shay referring to Zoe as a big girl. So they got offended, whatever the case was, and Shay was like, I didn't mean to like really refer to her as like a big girl and try, SHI on her, but you got to understand I was upset in that moment. It is what it is, okay? So Shay's like, she's going to work on that. And for Shay to be selling the teas the way that she is, I do think that she should work on that language, okay? When you're trying to be out here selling these teas. Now, in the meantime, we see Joy pull up on So Unique, who's actually an artist from my understanding. And of course, they catch up and, Joy learns about Unique and Trick and how Trick went off on her, how they're not on good terms right now. And she said she was looking for guidance. And Joy said, baby, Trick can't even guide himself. So I don't know where the hell he was finna guide you to. Okay. So you might as well let that go. Now, Joy also mentioned something about Unique having eyes for her, so it's clear that the ladies may have a crush on each other, and Joy just might be interested in dabbling into that lady pond with Miss Unique, and that's gonna be a problem for Trick Daddy because you already know how he is. He's very possessive. He already has yet to give Joy the divorce that she wants. Okay, so the fact that he's not willing to give her that divorce, he really finna be mad when he sees that he can't control who she rocks with, hangs with, date, or any of that, and that person being one of his exes. So it's gonna be a mess. I say Trick Daddy really finna die. Okay, he really finna fall the hell out when he see this. Now, Hot Topics meets up with Swerve, and yeah. So earlier on, there was a moment where they chatted where Joy chatted with Swerve and I believe Trina's brother about some stuff that Topic was out there putting out there in some news and all this other stuff, and maybe Bobby Lights having something to do with it. So the brother decided to link Topic up with Swerve so that they can have a conversation about some stuff. And so Topic, she meets with him and he's asking her how she doing, and she's like, I feel away. And he's like, okay, you feel away? She's like, yeah, I very much so feel away. So we need to get into some things. We need to talk about it or whatever. And so he tells her, well, Topic says that she doesn't like that Trina has distanced herself from her since they've been together. I don't know why, friend. Like, I mean, when a person gets a relationship, when they get married or whatever, they're gonna want to be around their partner. It has nothing to really do with you, but are you actively making plans to really link up, or are you just merely trying to get in a business? Which one is it? Okay. But anywho, Swerve thinks that she's really mad about the marriage, and he says that yeah, he's like, I think you're mad about the marriage. And she was like, nah, I just want to know what your intentions are with my girl. And he's like, I don't owe you that. I only owe that to my wife. Okay. And I have to agree with him. Like, he does not owe you anything. So for you to come up here trying to be entitled to get some information out of him about his intentions, this, that, and the other, like, Trina is keeping you out of it for a reason. Okay. She's keeping you out of it for a reason. So she says, okay, but don't think that I'm being a messy friend or anything like that. She said, I'm just being a concerned friend about my girl. I just want to make sure your intentions are pure. And that's fine. And that's what he says. And he said, nothing is wrong with you being her friend or being loyal to her or anything like that. But when it comes to a cost of you attacking me, you don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? Bringing information to the front that you don't even know all the full details about. And you try to come for me. Like, that's why I kind of have a problem, that's why I have a problem at or whatever. And so she's like, well, listen, it wasn't all me. It was Bobby as well. Y'all don't know the full story about Bobby's involvement because he brought the information to me. And Bobby did kind of bring the information to her about what he got in his email, but he also said that he was going to just leave it where it's at. He's going to let Trina be happy. He wasn't going to approach the situation, but you, Topic, could not like just accept what it was, and you had to dive deeper to try and drive a wedge in between the both of them. And so you did decide to go and expose this to the media, or to the blogs, which is what you said that you were going to do, and you did it. So I'm just so confused. Okay. I feel like you guys should give her another role, because the role that she's playing of this friend that needs to be all up in her other friend's business is not a good look. I do not like it at all. So anywho, at some point, Topic and Swerve and Bobby, first of all, Trina and her husband, of course, they got this song together, and they're supposed to be doing like this video release or something like that. So he's rapping on the song or whatever. And I have to say that, I mean, the song ain't bad. It's kind of cute or whatever. I don't know if that's something he wanted to do or if that's something Trina's like forcing him to do or whatever, but they did it. The video was kind of okay. The song's not bad. So there's that. Also, Trina's working on her book. I actually was at Barnes and Nobles the other day, and I was getting some books for my little man, and I saw her book. I was like, girl, I'm not, for me, I'm not fully interested, but I would love to know if you guys have checked out her book, how you're liking it. I believe it may be an autobiography. She did get Missy Elliott to write the foreword to that book and stuff. So they're having a sale over at Barnes and Nobles where it's like, you buy one, get 150% off or whatever. And I am looking for some books. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I am interested in some books, but I want like Black author romance drama type books. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to get into. Not so much as autobiographies or anything like that at this time. But yeah, so I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna have to tap into that little sale they got, buy one get 150%. But anywho, so she has her book and stuff out. So she's been working on that. She got the music video with her husband, so they do a premiere for it. So they get there that night, and of course you got Joy pulling up. Child, Joy done pulled up with with Trick's ex, Unique. One of the twins, she talked to, I guess I didn't know that was Joy's son, but I guess that's her son, and she's ready to expose to everybody that they're together, and she wanted to do like a coming out at the damn party that's not even hers. Okay. And he's like, nah, hold what you got, little mama. Like, I'm okay with what it is now. You know how I F with you, and like, we good. I don't want to complicate things. I do understand her need for wanting to like let people know that they are together, but I also kind of feel him a little bit too. Like, you need to chill out, because the sooner you start letting people know that we together and it's not really solidified for real, then we probably ain't even gonna be rocking out with each other, But I guess, and on top of how his dad may perceive it. So they end up being there. And so Trick, as soon as he sees Joy and Unique hand in hand, he's calling Bobby, like, Bobby, get Joy away from that girl. Get her. She don't need to be around that girl. He's really jealous. Okay. Bobby's like, I'll talk to him. I can't promise that I'm gonna be able to control anything. So of course he goes over there, tries to talk to Joy about her hanging with Unique. Trick is not happy that y'all are out here together or whatever the case is. And Joy's like, he over here worried about what I'm doing. He needs to be worried about his son and who his son is over there talking to and dealing with one of the twins. So everybody is shocked by this news. And it's like, dang, that's messed up. Not you trying to keep things under wrap, but your mama turn around and out the situation. Like, that is crazy. So she outs that, and Trick really take it back. He like, oh hell no, okay. So he don't have time to worry about Joy and Unique right now. He's pulling the twins and the son to find out what the hell is really going on. The daughter has to, not the daughter, but one of the twins has to come forward and just be honest about the situation. And he's like, listen, okay. He's like, y'all not real cousins, so it's all good. Ain't like y'all cousins in real life or whatever. I'm fine with that. But he's like, y'all gotta let me know something because I need to know whether I need to support it or help hide it or whatever the case is. But right now, I just feel like it's a lot going on. Y'all over here betraying me in the sense that you got Joy over here linking up with my ex. Like, I'm gonna get the fuck out the building because I just can't take anymore. I just got out of the hospital and y'all motherfuckers about to send me back. Okay, I definitely got me a little chuckle out of that because I knew Trick was gonna lose his shit, especially when he lose control. Okay, losing control over situations. Okay, but anywho, so topic pulls up. She's talking to Trina and them, letting them know, how happy she is for them, whatever, wanting to be there to support them, whatever the case is. But I feel like you didn't get all the information. So she uses this time to out Bobby and let Trina know that Bobby was the one that came to her with the tea. And I do not like Topic. I do not like her character. I do not like how she shows up on this show. Like, girl, just accept your own fault because whether he told you or not, you did not have to take it the extra mile, which you did. And she is annoying. Like, girl, like she's just getting on my nerves. So Bobby lets her know, like, at the end of the day, I didn't know shit about a wedding. Only you knew that. You dug that information up. And so it must have been you that went to the blogs. We know that it was her that went to the blogs. I thought he knew that too. But anyway, so Trina's husband, first of all, while they're arguing back and forth, Trina and her husband all kissy face, lovey dovey or whatever. And then he finally tries to get control of the situation, telling people, wait, listen to me. I got something I gotta say, like, hold what you got. And they're still going back and forth. And instead of him trying to check her as well, like heavily, he decides to give himself a moment by taking alcohol and pouring it on Bobby's head to get Bobby to shut up because he felt like Bobby wasn't listening to him or respecting him. I'm sorry, you guys, but I do feel like he did that because Bobby was gay. I'm just gonna tell you what I think because I really feel like that. I feel like he does not respect Bobby at all because he's gay. I think he sees him as weak or whatever the case was. I don't believe that it was solely based on what Topic said, and Topic was the one that has brought your baby mama, your alleged baby mama or whatever to the front. And you really didn't check her too much. And I understand. I know you probably didn't want to come off as a man that disrespect women on TV and getting drugged, but it doesn't make yourself look good either to just out of nowhere take alcohol and just throw it on old boy's head. I was just like, what the hell is going on here? Like, are we okay? Like, what is that about? To just throw that, I don't think that he was right in that moment, y'all. I don't, and I feel like because again, Bobby wasn't talking to him the whole time. Bobby was still talking to old girl. Okay, so for him to take that alcohol and just throw it on his head, that was messed up. And Trina, you didn't try to check him for real. At least I don't think she is. We'll see on the next episode. But as her man is snapping off on Bobby, she is also snapping off on Bobby, and I just think that's whack. Because if anybody has really had your back on this show, I feel like if it's not Joy, it's also Bobby. So I just don't think that's right. And I feel like you allowed your man to disrespect your quote unquote cousin, all because I feel he did it because Bobby was gay or is gay. Because it just was not warranted, all because you weren't being heard. And you're like, oh, we're not going to do this at this event. We're not going to get loud. We're not going to do this. We're not going to hoop and holler. We're not going to yada, yada, yada. We're not going to do all of that here. So we're not going to do all of that, but then you'll turn it up a notch and do that at your own event. Like, yeah, that's whack. But y'all let me know why y'all think that he did it, because I really feel like he did that shit because that man gay. And I just think he whack as hell for that. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. I'm Jami, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cash died at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL, got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it.